Okay, so good afternoon. Today we'll study the three topics. The three topics are oh, the three topics are cell, tissue, and protoplasm. If we talk about cell, cell basically is a functional unit and a structural unit of life. So it's a basic structural and functional unit. So cell is basically first invented by the Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Who invented this cell? Anton van Leeuwenhoek. On the basis of this, the cells can be divided into the two types, that is the prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So what is cell? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit. It is invented by the Anton van Leeuwenhoek, and on the basis of this cell, the cells are divided into the two types, prokaryotic and the eukaryotic. So what do you mean by prokaryotic? Prokaryotic basically are those cells that lack a membrane bound nucleus. Cells that lack membrane bound nucleus. Okay, prokaryotic are those, pro means first, or karyotic means nucleus. So prokaryotic means cells that lack membrane bound nucleus. The nucleus is not well organized in a manner. If we talk about the eukaryotic means cells that have membrane bound nucleus, membrane bound nucleus. So if we talk about the examples, in prokaryotic comes the bacteria, in eukaryotic comes the protist, plants, animal and fungi. So till now we have studied that this cell is formed of the basic and structural unit, functional unit. It is invented by the Anton van Leeuwenhoek, and it is divided into the two parts, prokaryotic and the eukaryotic. In prokaryotic, cells that have lacked the membrane bound nucleus, and in eukaryotic, cells have the membrane bound nucleus. If we talk about the examples, prokaryotic includes the bacteria or the blue green algae. In eukaryotic includes the protists, plants, animal and fungi. Who promoted this cell theory? If we talk about this cell theory, so Sheldon and Schwann. Sheldon and Schwann proposes this cell theory, and Rudolf Virchow explained that the cells divide and new cells are formed from the pre-existing cells. ठीक है, तो cells formed from the pre-existing cells. So three main scientists who are involved in this cell, so who invented this cell, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, as we have discussed earlier, and who proposes the cell theory, Sheldon and Schwann, and who says that the cells formed from the pre-existing cells, that is the Rudolf Virchow in the year of 1855. Now if we talk about the tissue, this is all about the cell. If we talk about the tissue, so what is tissue? We have just now studied about the cell. So tissue is basically group of cells. It's a group of similar cells it's a group of similar cells that associates together to perform a specific function. So what is tissue? Tissue is a group of similar cells which associates together and perform a similar or specific function. Okay. So first, who invented the tissue first time is Xavier Bichat in the year of 1801. Xavier Bichat, who invented the term tissue, and tissue, what is it? Is a group of similar cell. Basically, one more thing, or in another words, we can say that it is a cellular organization, cellular organizational level between cells and which combine and form a complete organ. Organ is made up of tissue, we all know that. Complete organ and perform a, as I have already told, specific function. So what is tissue? Tissue is a group of similar cells that associate together and perform a specific function. Who invented the term tissue? Xavier Bichat. In other terms, we can say that it is a cellular organizational level between cells and which cells combine and form a complete organ and which perform a specific function. Now if we talk about the protoplasm, the third last topic, protoplasm. So what do you mean by protoplasm? We have already know, or we are familiar with the two terms, cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. So what do you mean by these two terms? Cytoplasm, the fluid present inside the cytoplasm. Fluid inside cytoplasm. What is nucleoplasm? Fluid inside nucleus. Fluid inside nucleus. So the protoplasm is formed from these two terms. Basically, it is a combination of both cytoplasm plus nucleoplasm. In a simple word, protoplasm is nothing. Protoplasm is a combination of both cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. What is cytoplasm? It is a fluid inside the cytoplasm, and nucleoplasm is the fluid inside the nucleus. It is a components of a cell. Protoplasm is a polyphasic colloidal system. Polyphasic colloidal system. Who invented the protoplasm? One more important term. Who invented it? J.E. Purkinje. J.E. Purkinje invented the term protoplasm in the year of 1835. As I have already told that proto means first. In prokaryotic also I have told that pro means first, proto means first, and plasm means substance. So what is protoplasm? Before protoplasm we need to know the two terms, that is the cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. Cytoplasm is the fluid inside the cytoplasm, and nucleoplasm is the fluid inside the nucleus. Who invented the term protoplasm? J.E. Purkinje. It is a combination of both cytoplasm and the nucleoplasm. It is basically a polyphasic colloidal system. Okay, so today we have studied the three topics. First, the cell. Cell, what is cell? Cell is a basic structure and functional unit. Who invented the term cell? Anton van Leeuwenhoek. On the basis of this, we have divided the cell into two types, prokaryotic and the eukaryotic. Prokaryotic cells that have lack membrane bound nucleus, and the eukaryotic cells that have membrane bound nucleus. If we talk about the examples of the prokaryotic, is the bacteria or the blue green algae. In eukaryotic, the examples are protists, plants, animal and fungi. Who proposed the cell theory? Sheldon and Schwann. And who stated that cells formed from the pre-existing cells is the Rudolf Virchow, who also supported the cell theory. So now the another topic is tissue. What is tissue? Is a group of similar cells that associates together to perform a specific function. So who invented the term tissue? Xavier Bichat in the year of 1801. In another terms, we can also say that it is a cellular organizational level between cells and which combine and form a complete organ to perform a specific function. So cells combine and form an organ. Another topic is protoplasm. This terminology includes, it is a combination of both cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. Cytoplasm, what do you mean by cytoplasm? It is a fluid inside the cytoplasm. Nucleoplasm, it is a fluid inside the nucleus. These all are the parts of the cell. Who invented the term? J.E. Purkinje, and it is a polyphasic colloidal system. That's for today. Thank you.